Okay, and we are back. So, last time when we ended, where did we end? We ended going to the trailer park to meet up with Rose, who was clearly being manipulated by some mysterious figure. Now, I ended the game, well, not the game, I ended the video, when we just arrived at the trailer park. However, from my memory, this section, or I should say more accurately, the daytime section, is a bit shorter. So we might need to split this up into two parts, like usual. But when we reach an appropriate point, we'll end the video, and then we'll probably when we get closer to well, we'll figure it out, but we'll find an appropriate spot to pause it for a part 2, so that way it's not too long. You know, I'm not sure if people want to watch a 5-hour video of me talking, but I did try to change the audio, because in the last video the audio seemed way too loud. I'm trying this out. We'll see how it works, but we'll see what we can do. So let's get this started.
Help you folks? Name's Randolph. I'm the manager.
We're looking for Rose. Works as a waitress down at the diner.
Rose.
I think this is good. I think this could work, but we'll try it. We'll see if that helps a little bit. You know what?
Sure. Nice girl. Who wants to know?
I'm Alan Wake.
Me, Alan
The
Wake.
writer, huh? I heard on the radio you were visiting. Well, I'll show you her trailer. That Rose, she's a nice girl. Always pays her rent on time.
As I was saying, Al, I found all sorts of weird stuff from the local newspaper's archives. This place is crazy. Disappearances, mysterious deaths, urban legends come true, and get this, most of this stuff takes place around Cauldron Lake.
Well, you ain't wrong, mister.
Ooh.
The Indians thought the lake was a doorway to the underworld. I'm the God-fearing type myself. I don't hold with that sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, there was an island there owned by a guy called Thomas Zane. Now, some of the articles I found about him make him out to be a famous writer, but I ran a bunch of searches, couldn't find a single thing he wrote. Zane was heavily into diving, so much so that the place came to be called Diver's Isle. But the volcano under the lake erupted in 1970, and Zane went down with the island.
That is interesting. Also, that boat seems weird. Why is there a boat?
Yeah, how about that? It was there in the morning, as if it had fallen from the sky. But it would take a tornado to lift something like that. We're damn lucky it didn't crush any of the trailers. Come on, mister. I'll take you to Rose's trailer.
Ah, you see? Like it fell from the sky. Look at all the dark spots. Oh, yep. I forgot to check for these things. I think there should be one other thing. Not over here. Shut up, dog. Let me go back a little bit. I forgot to look for something. I think there might be a page hidden somewhere. However, it's certainly not over here. I knew it wasn't here. But I'm unaware if that's more of a nightmare thing or what. So we're gonna have to, I'm just gonna have to walk around and see if I see it. Oh, I can't go this way because I can't hop during the daytime. Because during the day, Alan loses his ability to jump because reasons. But yeah, I just wanted to point out something while I'm looking for something that probably doesn't exist. I like the way the world looks because this game came out, what, 2010, I want to say. Came out 2010. And, yeah, this, it's not populated by like 50,000 NPCs and all this stuff, but I do like the physics, like I'm bumping in the crap, that's kind of cool. Oh look, even this thing. Yeah, in Alan Wake 2, that would just be a static thing that you can't interact with. Look, I just knocked over a garbage can. And anyway. So yeah, I do like what they do with the assets, they worked with what they had. And it still looks good. And I want to emphasize, this is not the remaster. This is apparently the original game, the 2010 version, no remaster, no nothing. And it looks good. It's colorful. I can fucking see. Unlike in the first game, because the the second game, it has this weird tint around it. I don't know. It doesn't, like, look, it's daytime and it's bright, it's colorful. I don't know, man. They did something wrong. And I'm pretty sure this page is something like, maybe it's a nightmare thing. Because there should be something here. I don't know. Anywho, let's keep it moving. But yeah, I just like looking around because I'm just thinking about it. And it does look nice. And I can't get over
Just follow me.
it.
It's not far.
Now, I mentioned that in an earlier video that there are mods for this game, maybe like 4.
Listen, I got things to do. This place don't run itself.
That might change the shaders. There was one that was subtle that does photorealistic things. So if it's a wood, the wood will look more realistic.
Oh, give me a break, mister. Can we just get a move on?
Could you let me talk? Stop interrupting me. So like this would look a little bit better, a little bit more colorful. There was one that was for vibrance. There's one for realism. And they're little subtle changes, but it does look good. And I think there's maybe 3 maybe on Nexus for the remaster that does similar things. And you could mod both the original like I'm playing now or the remaster. And it'll still look good. Like you don't have to. But you could. Alan Wake 2, it needs a lot more mods in order to make the game look better. Because there's only like one that I saw. I think it was only one, I don't know. It was one that I saw that made the game look good. And again, I don't want to waste any more time, so let's keep going.
It gets better. A local girl, Barbara Jagger, drowned in Cauldron Lake just a week earlier. They were lovers.
Sure, Jagger's a local spook story. The Scratching Hag comes for you in the dark. Childish stuff like that.
Anyway, Al, I'm just getting to the best part. All of the articles about this stuff were written by Cynthia Weaver. I asked around, and she's that crazy bag lady you met.
Ooh.
What, the lamp lady? She can be a little loopy, but she's not homeless or anything.
Yeah, anyway, she knew both Jagger and Zane before they both died, and she had some kind of a breakdown.
Interesting. So in the 70s, the volcano beneath Cauldron Lake erupted, swallowing the island. Thomas Zane was a writer. He had the love of his life that ooh, that's kind of cool. I never knew I could do that. Alan Wake 2 don't get this. And yeah, she drowned. And Barbara Jagger, the lamp lady, was the newspaper lady. Just want to look over here real quick. And nothing more attack. I like how this is just a trailer park, but it does look good. It might be a nightmare thing. Nothing behind here. No siree. Okay, let's go.
Well,
Also, there's a lot more
this here's
personality.
Rose's trailer. You mind me asking what you want with her?
We're just here to talk to her, pal.
We're just here to talk to her, pal. Okay, let's get this started. When we start, it's gonna be kind of cool. The flowers are dead. What's going on here? Let's knock on the door. Oh, that bottle is too pixelated. It doesn't have 4K on it, so the game's bad. And
Welcome to... Oh dear. Mr. Wake. I'm so glad you're here.
Rose, you have my manuscript?
Oh. Oh, yes. Yes. Please, come in.
Hey, this is really good.
Is it?
Rose,
Yes,
my manuscript. I really need it.
I understand. I know what you need. A muse to inspire you.
Oh, for Barry? She doesn't have anything.
Yeah, hey, Al, what's... Oh...
Barry! What? What?
It's coming for you, hiding in my barber's skin. I'm too weak to stop it. You must turn the lights on.
I promised I'd come visit you and your lovely wife. You must finish what you started. I insist.
You must turn the lights on. Turn the light on.
Back to work, boy.
I felt nauseous, hungover. Only anger kept me going.
I can't tell reality from dream anymore, but it seems I have an imaginary editor to help me. She's an old woman in a funeral dress. I call her Barbara Jagger. She's very strict. I'm writing faster and faster. My manuscript is being heavily revised. The edits are getting very aggressive, and each day there's less of me and more of her. I hate it, but I know she's right. She promises me I can save Alice this way. She knows more of this than I do. About the complex incantation I'm attempting. About this place. She's worked with another writer under similar circumstances, Thomas Zane. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I'm getting close. I can feel it.
Ooh, spooky. Let's explore her little room. Very cute. Oh, she has a mammoth from, like, you know what I like as a part of environmental, well, we'll get to that in a minute. But you know what I like is a bit of environmental storytelling that I never picked up on until now? That mammoth was probably a gift from the sheriff. The sheriff that died from the last episode. The sheriff that was found in the little tourist thing, and then we had to shoot him in the face. He was like, "Oh, Mr. Wake, it happened just like on that page." Yeah, he was in love with Rose, so he probably gave her this mammoth as a gift because he worked there. I just realized that. That's cool. I'm just gonna look. Books. Yeah, she has all Dax Casey books. She has the last book, the Sudden Star. That's the real guy. So this is like total fangirl. Cut out his image from posters and shit. He does look like a cool guy. Okay, so I don't know what that's about, but okay. Guess it, you know. Believe in change. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this makes sense. Don't know what the nursery thing is, but yeah, whatever.
Rose took a day from me. I had less than 12 hours left to meet the kidnapper. All I could do was get Barry into the car, work something out once I got on the road. Barry was out of it. He was way too heavy to carry.
You're right. I deserve more money. I'm so handsome.
Yes, you are, Barry. Yes, you are.
Welcome to the Oh Dear Diner. What can I get you today? Coffee?
I couldn't work up much hate for Rose. Something had used her to get to me and left its mark.
First refill is free. Milk and sugar on the counter there.
Yeah.
Would you like to hear today's specials? Thank you. A nice day. Come back soon.
Oh, poor Rose. Cooking with corn. 72 tasty recipes. Yeesh. I just want to look around some more. I do like these little... I like these little bench seats. They're cute. Okay. Well, I think we saw all we were gonna see. There's also a book on the table. Okay, I like this little trailer. Anywho, I guess we should keep it moving. Okay, let's go.
My gun and flashlight were gone. I'd have to find a way to get Barry into the car as quickly as possible. There was no time to waste.
Here's the page. I was probably thinking of this page.
Mr. Randolph liked Rose. That little smile she had. How she was still sweet when life had tried so hard to make her bitter. It wasn't any of his business what she did in her trailer. But those strangers, the writer and his smart-ass sidekick, looked like trouble. And they'd been in there for hours, way past her normal bedtime. He reached for the phone and called the sheriff's station.
Oh, snap. We're in trouble. Should I look in those spots again? There might... No, they wouldn't. Nah. Let's just go. Let's keep it moving. Thought that there'd be something here, but... no. Let's keep it moving. Oh, here's something.
I just stepped outside to catch a breath of fresh air. Let me tell
you.
The weather's getting
heavy.
Nights like this make me especially glad I'm here talking to you and not home in bed. Once the weather takes a turn like this, I can't sleep at all. It's all tangled bed sheets and dark thoughts, punctuated by the occasional plunge into nightmare. Is it just me? Well, perhaps it is. But I hope I can make the night a little bit easier to get through. Caller, you're on KBF.
KBF.
Hey, Pat, it's Walt Snyder.
What's on your mind, Walt?
Well, I am the way you are, but, well, I can't sleep either, you know? I just been staring out the window here.
Oh, this is the drunk guy from the second episode when he's in the cell.
I ain't been drinking either, you know, I just...
Well, you sound like a man with a problem, Walt.
I had argument with Danny. You know, Danny, and, then I got in trouble with the law, you know, and, I'm just, well...
I heard something like that, Walt.
Yeah, well, you know, he's, you know, Danny's my best friend, and, they let me out on bail today. And now I'm just alone here at the window, you know, waiting. Man, and there's something in the air tonight, man.
Yeah, I was just outside looking up at the sky above our broadcast tower thinking the same thing. What are you waiting for, Walt?
I don't know. You know, something's gonna happen. You know,
I think I better go.
Well, Walt, maybe...
No, thanks, Pat.
Well, good luck to you, Walt. Hang in there. Let's take a little break, folks. This weather's really something else, huh?
How can I be sure?
Okay, let's keep it moving. Sorry for the little distraction. Should I? Nah. Okay, you know what? Screw it. Let's just keep going. I want to see if there's any secrets, but there's not any secrets. It's just that one page. Oh, there he is, the man himself.
Oh, you're gonna get it now.
Oh no, I don't want to get it.
God knows knows what you've done to that poor girl.
This is Agent Nightingale, FBI! Get him up, Hemingway! You're under arrest. You move a muscle, I'll unload right in your goddamn face! Stay right where you are, Spillane!
Whoa. Whoa, Matrix. Whoa.
What are? I'm standing right here, you goddamn maniac!
I like this scene. I wouldn't say this is my favorite scene.
Behind,
It's a pretty
but there was
good
no
one.
way I'd miss my appointment with the kidnapper.
Give it up, mister.
Okay. I don't want to sound like a broken record. Let me just take a minute of your time. I don't want to do it. But the reason why I did this playthrough was because I played Alan Wake 2, and I decided, you know what? Let me go back and play the first game again. I played the first game over and over again. I liked it. It was really cool. Played the DLCs, and I played American Nightmare. And I mostly played that for the Horde mode. But I think this is more important because this is the original Alan Wake, the 2010 version without the remaster. So this is how the game originally looked without the graphical updates and stuff, and it's way better so far. There was no scene in Alan Wake 2 where in the last episode you're at Lover's Peak and you have to, you have no gun and you got to use the flares to keep the Taken at bay while the kidnapper guy, is shooting everybody. And now this is a scene where you're running from the cops and you see there's lights in the forest and they're looking for you and you got to escape them. There wasn't a scene like this in Alan Wake 2. It's just boring, traversal. Anyway, it's boring.
Make it easy.
Let's see.
Don't let him get away.
You want to see what happens if you get caught? Check this out.
Your chance if you let him get away.
Yeah.
Search the area.
Yeah, they just all open fire on you, man.
The kidnapper.
No mercy.
Mr. Wake, come on. Make it easy.
Yeah, so I just wanted to show you that because I never got shot. But
Move it. I'll have your chance if you let him get away.
yeah, don't let them catch up to you because they will shoot your ass. And I like this scene because the first time I played it, it felt so, I don't know, it just felt so exciting. Like, oh shit, the cops are after me. And like I just showed, you could freaking die. You got everyone after you. They're gonna shoot your ass on sight. So you can't just stop. You gotta keep moving because they're gonna keep advancing.
Stop running!
Oh.
Freeze! Okay, men, keep your eyes peeled. He's gonna try to make it through here.
Yeah, so, it's cool.
Oh, damn!
Oh, they just shot a flare. They know where I'm at now. Oh, shit. Oh, God, he's right there. He's gonna shoot me in my butt. Yeah, but you see stuff like that. So cool. I like it, man. I'm fucking smiling right now. It's so cool. Oh shit, they're gonna get me. Oh my god.
He's gone. Come on, guys. We need to head him off.
What's this? Let me grab that. Let's listen to this.
For decades, the darkness that wore Barbara Jagger's skin slept fitfully in the dark place that was its home and prison. It was hungry and in pain. It dreamed of its nights of glory when the poet's writing had called it from the depths and given it a brief, terrible taste of power and freedom. The rock stars had stirred it from the deep sleep the poet had sunk it back to in the end. When it sensed the rider on the ferry, it opened its eyes.
There was this very short miniseries based on Alan Wake, and the idea behind it was that it followed this other. Ooh, what's this? I could go that way.
Nightingale, over.
What on earth is going on? almost hit a civilian instead. Over.
Sheriff, Wake's running. I'm giving chase. I don't have time for this.
Well, make the time. You can't just go shooting at people in my town. Over.
I'm a federal agent pursuing a fugitive. You want to discuss my methods, Sheriff? Make an appointment. Over.
You stay right where you are, Agent Knight.
Yeah, it should be fine. We'll make it work. Very unprofessional. Yeah, so
The suspect was last sighted running along the gorge that leads westward from the trailer
this
park.
one looks good.
All units are advised that the suspect may be armed. Approach with caution. James out.
James, interesting. I could go to. Oh, I was right. Let me just grab that real quick and let's read that.
Rose didn't know how the strange old lady got in her trailer, and she looked wrong somehow. The woman showed her teeth in an approximation of a smile and traced a finger down Rose's cheek. "Pretty girl," she said. Rose felt as if she was falling asleep, but her knees didn't buckle. The crone spoke in a whisper, her words ice cold and dark in Rose's ear.
Also something that they didn't do in the second game, now that I'm thinking about it with what we just read, is that they didn't do the whole thing about getting touched, right? So the Taken are people that, you know, the darkness is corrupted, and basically like they're the person is completely scooped out, right? They're like completely an agent of the dark presence. And the random things that they say are like leftovers of their own personality. Like they're not in there fighting to escape. That's just like whatever remains of the person, like, you know, the campground share like the campground ranger was talking about hot dogs and park safety. Stucky was talking about his rental cabins. And Rose is
This way.
the dark presence.
Over here. Hey, who's there? What is that? Oh no!
This horror was everywhere I went, circling me. The cops didn't stand a chance. They were after a writer, not a monster.
Yeah. Okay, that was cool. I like that. Yeah, so they've established even in the second game about being touched by darkness. So instead of completely, you know, enveloping you and, you know, basically destroying you and your soul or whatever you want to, you know, call it, when they need more finesse, they merely, or when it needs more finesse, it merely touches you. It influences you enough to where you're useful to, you know, do something that it needs. Like Rose, it touched Rose in order for her to, you know, call the writer over to her, right? In order to try and trap him. In the second game, you see that lady at the end of the section with the, you know, the drive-in theater, how she was touched into like basically doing whatever he said, right? In the second game, nobody's touched.
Wait, are you seriously telling me that geek writer just took out my deputies? Are you kidding? I mean, have you seen this guy? He wears a tweed jacket. Over.
He's the guy we're chasing. If it's not him, who then? Bigfoot? Over.
I don't know yet, but I'm not in the habit of jumping to conclusions. That tends to come back and bite you in the ass. Out.
Yep. That's cool. Also something they do in the second game is I guess they felt, man, this looks so good. I just want to look at it some more. I'm so sorry. I know it's kind of boring. And in the second game, what they do is they don't really introduce the Taken or the new enemies that you're fighting. They did that once with the coffee people, I guess, how they're zooming around. But other than that, most of the Taken, they just fucking show up. There's no rhyme or reason. There's no build up. It's just you're walking and oh, there's 3 Taken, and oh boy, there's something. And they barely establish the wolf. Like you're going to the light post. Oh,
You on the ground. Hold it right there. There's nowhere to run. Freeze!
oh, the darkness is protected. Oh, wow. Looks so cool. Oh yeah, that's where we were too. And over there, actually, you know what? Over there, I never, because I'm stupid, I never realized this. You see that light in the distance? I think that's Stucky's Diner. Not Stucky's Diner. Stucky's gas station. That's where we were in the beginning of the game. So the gas station is right there, that little stretch of light. That's the bridge, and right next to it was where we woke up in the car crash. So over there should be the lumber mill. So that would mean that the gas station, you follow the road all the way down to this trailer park because Stucky also owns cabin rentals, and I guess he owns part of the trailer park too. Like that guy runs it, but I guess he was partners with Stucky because that makes sense. I never realized that. That's so cool. Yeah, this is an example of using the assets that they had. Oh, and there's another fire. This is an example of using the assets that they had and kind of doing more with it, you know. So what was I saying? Yeah, so they didn't do the touch thing. They don't really properly introduce the Taken. It's like they just show up. So when they introduce the other enemy type that doesn't do the whole passive damage thing, we have to actually focus. He's got a chainsaw, and they do this and they do that. Let me see. Yep. That right there is Stucky's gas station. Yep. I'm not sure why they added this. I guess they just wanted you to look at everything they did, but it does look sort of realistic. I mean, I'm sorry it's not high graphic fidelity, but it's not a bad looking game. And this fog does help, even if there's like mistakes. This is becoming more of a review than a let's play. But even if there are mistakes, this fog still. Oh, there's a thermos right there. Yeah, so even if there are mistakes, basically the fog is appropriate to the game. Let's see what's over here. Click.
This is James. Mulligan, Thornton, come in. Over.
Thornton here. James, we got both Wheeler and Rose in custody. They didn't put up a fight or anything. But they were... Hey, Mulligan, what are you doing? Come on!
Sit down and give me that. James, Mulligan here. Over. Go ahead, Mulligan. Over. We got Wheeler and Rose here. Wheeler's drunk or hopped up on something.
Speaking of which, that Fed had a pretty distinctive whiff of Otis Scotch about him, if you know what I mean. Over. I don't have anything on that, Deputy Mulligan. Over. Well, whatever. Anyway, Rose is just being plain weird here. You better get Doc in to take a look at both. Over. Gotcha. You better get them here quickly. The, Fed's gonna want to interview Wheeler. Over. Oh, yeah, I bet he does. Looks like they have a lot in common. Mulligan out.
Oh, snap. This is a nice little... Oh, that's cool. Just a nice little lookout post. Oh, we got another one. What shall I see here?
I could see the lights of the radio station in the distance.
Yeah, so that's the radio station. So I gotta go down here and then, okay. The tower is pretty cool. Okay, that's pretty neat. I keep getting distracted, I'm so sorry. Yeah, so they don't really introduce the Taken, they just show up, they don't do the touch thing. So yeah, so even though this is
I
one
imagined
map,
that the broadcast tower in the distance was part of the local radio station. Maine seemed like a decent guy. Perhaps he could give me directions to the coal mine.
Ooh, what's this?
Unnatural shadows clung to the gate. The darkness that was after me was trying to stop me. I wouldn't get through without light.
Ooh, interesting. An impediment. Yeah, so they don't do the whole thing of introducing Taken, they don't do touch. Yeah, so even though this map, you could argue, is pretty small, well, small quote unquote, you know, it's still pretty nice what they were able to do with it, and I don't see the same level of scale in Alan Wake 2, even though you could traverse to different maps or different hubs and explore these different areas. There's really not much to do. So with all these assets, they were able to, you know, do little stuff like this. You know, but I could like to make you do that. Yeah, so they were able to do cool stuff like that, and I'm not saying it has to be one-to-one, but they really wanted to make it look realistic and make these hubs that you can traverse back and forth, then why not focus a little bit on that aspect? So instead of, ooh, I found a screwdriver like 10 hours into the game, let me go back to open a lockbox in the forest so I can get a thing of pills and some pistol ammo. That's kind of lame. Here's another one. There's not really much incentive for me to go and explore. Like here, I'm exploring because there's a lot of things to do. You can find canned pyramids to shoot if you want to shoot all the pyramids. You find pages, you find So I think it would have been cool in the second game is if they had a map that's maybe not as big as this, but ooh.
It took me a moment to recognize the flashbang grenades. They were an ideal weapon for my situation.
Team 1, come in. Over. Team 1, this is Sheriff Breaker. Report. Over. Team 2, come in. I need a report. Over. Come on, guys. Talk to me. Come in, please. Over.
Damn. So yeah, if they wanted to do the whole hubs thing, the hub should have been a bit more detailed. They should have... Oh, where am I going? I could go wildly off the beaten path. Aww. I could do that, because if I follow this... I keep thinking there's gonna be secrets everywhere. Ah, shit. Whoa. Bitch. Whoa. Let me just look up here. Whoa. Whoa. Bitch. Get away from me. I messed that up. Sorry, I got distracted. Yeah, so the hub should have been more detailed, because even that little trailer park that we were at for like 5 minutes, or fucking 20 minutes with me talking nonstop, was more detailed than Alan Wake 2. Oh shit. Holy shit. You bitch. I keep thinking there's gonna be secrets, but there's not. So there's gonna be another ambush. I gotta keep moving. Let me die. I really shouldn't just walk around the dark. Legitimately die. What?
And here's another call. You're on KBF-FM with Pat Maine.
It's Milt Peabody, Pat.
What's on your mind, Milt?
Well, I live near the trailer park, Pat, and there's a big ruckus going on over there.
Yeah?
Well, that's just up the road from me, too. What's going on, do you know?
I don't know, but there's a bunch of police cars there, lots of sirens, helicopters buzzing around, and I think I heard some gunshots.
Yeah, so I feel as though the hub worlds, the hub area should have been a bit more detailed. There should have been a lot more to do individually. So, if you're going back and forth between Watery, Cauldron Lake, and Bright Falls,
I'm certainly going to give the station a call,
is later on in the game, like way later on in the game, able to gain access to the Bright Falls area, you know, the wood part, the woodland part, whatnot. But it's not as fun to explore as this first game, or even really the second game too. So I felt as if they wanted to go bigger, but still keep it, you know, contained to certain areas, right? Because you motherfucker, I said a bad word. So, if they wanted to keep the game contained to 3 separate hubs, right? You got Watery, Bright Falls, and then you got Cauldron Lake. These areas are relatively small compared to the first game, like realistically. So what's really been cool is to focus on the details, because it's already not big to begin with. And I think that would have made the world feel more alive, and also would have been better to, let me follow that. And it would have been better to appropriately introduce the Taken, what's going on. Let's see, lights in here. Oop, let me get this working. Okay, a little safe haven. I got batteries. I like this. This is cool. That's on me, that's my fault. I want to explore the woods. I'm pretty, because, I don't know, it's something that makes me want to explore it just in case I miss something, or this or that or this other thing. But, you know, let's just keep it moving because I already taken too much shit anyways. I see you behind that rock. You're not slick. I see what you're doing. Nice. Okay, and here we are. I think once we make it... What? I think once we make it... Once we make it to this section, I think let's call it. And we'll do a part 2. So yeah, let's do that. I think that'd be very appropriate. This big mother. There you go. Also, I like how the flashbangs have a delay, but if you can nail the Taken, like... Nah, let me just continue. But if you can nail the Taken, like if they touch them, they explode instantly. So that's cool. It is a little bit of strategy involved. Like, do you throw it and lead them into it, you know, because of the delay and try and group them up, or do you just throw into the crowd because it'll just go off immediately?
I hope Maine could lend me a car to get to the coal mine.
Oh, hello, Lorna. What do you have for us?
Well, I just don't see why the cops bother with the trailer park.
What do you mean?
It's a trailer park. Of course you're going to have trouble in a place like that. I mean, what do you expect? The sheriff should be helping us normal citizens instead of wasting resources on those people.
Well...
Let the trash sort themselves out. I'm sorry, but my daddy settled in Bright Falls.
Oh yeah, so I was gonna mention something too, now that I remember. Sorry about the not enough shooting. But this guy here, he is also in the second game, so you hear him sometimes once in a while. And he's also there in the nursing home, right? But he's not really a character in the story. You can't really talk to him. You can't speak to him. You can't do anything. I believe, unless I'm mistaken, in the second game, you're even like in his room, and he does the radio station from his own nursing home room, and you can't talk to him. Now you would think, as a detective like Anderson, you know, maybe they could have incorporated. Oh yeah, that's because when you meet Rose at the nursing home, she says, oh yeah, Thor and so are here, and oh, this person's here, but she doesn't mention this guy, really. And it would have been nice for Sasha to be like, hey, you've been doing the radio station for many years in Brightfall, right? For like 30 years? You ever hear anything? You ever... You know, because this guy, he's always talking to the townspeople, he's a local guy. You think he might know a thing or two, or what's going on in town, or what's this and what's that, but you're never given the option to speak to him, which I thought was also very weird. I did a 40-minute little rant on Alan Wake on my channel, but I forgot to mention him in one of my... Yeah, so it is the night owl, the voice of Pat Maine, all night, every night.
Oh, here's a little surprise. The famous writer Alan Wake just walked in. Folks, I'm going to see if I can talk him into an interview.
Just gonna check everything.
Come on in, Mr. Wake.
Yeah, he buzzed you in. Here we go.
I'm so glad you could find the time to do this, Mr. Wake.
Nowhere to run now, Dan Brown. You back away from me. Don't hurt it.
Whoa. Everyone calm down. Put the gun down. We're all friends here, right?
Cool your jets, Nightingale. We got him.
Judas Priest!
What the hell's the matter with you? There's a civilian in there.
Ooh. Nightingale live shooting people.
I'll get you yet, even if it kills me. You hear me? You hear me, H.P. Lovecraft?
I had fallen off so many cliffs it was ridiculous. That's what you get for naming a book The Sudden Stop. It was probably good I hadn't had the chance to tell Maine where I was going. I'd have to lose the cops and find my own way to the mine.
Okay, let's end it here. Oh. Okay, let's end it here, but I do want to say one more thing. Pat Maine is in the second game. You don't get to talk to him. You don't really get to talk to Rose. I don't know why they didn't have Sheriff Breaker. I guess they wanted to replace her with the guy from Quantum Break, which is that's what the guy is. He's so the model for the sheriff is the guy from Quantum Break, and he even mentions, "Oh, I have dreams that I'm like someone else, and this and that." Well, just because he is someone else. So they really did that as a reference because that series or that story wasn't going to get continued, or this or that. The other thing is very left open ended, more or less. So they wanted to bring him back, but yeah, I don't know. Yep. So I'm going to end it here. But one last thing I want to leave on is that I like the enemy types. I like exploring these areas of Bright Falls that you're like traversing and going this way and that way too. So I feel as though that's a bit, well, much more superior to the second game because there's ups and downs and left and rights. And yeah, it's linear. I'm not going to argue it's not linear. But in the second game, even though you could technically go where you want, it's not fun or interesting to explore and look for things and whatnot. Um, and also, even in certain areas you could progress to, when you find the screwdriver or the bolt cutters, you get those way later in the game, right? You get the screwdriver way later in the game, and you also get the bolt cutters way later in the game. So it's not really worth it to explore these areas for for no reason. It's not fun. Um, so yeah, so even though this first game is bigger but arguably more linear, it is more fun to poke around and look at stuff. Um, and things feel more alive, even though it's this way or that way. So I'm gonna leave it here. And I know it's not like much taken or this thing or that thing, but in the next video, we're definitely going to get into those mines. We're definitely going to get the ball moving. But yeah, so I'll see you guys later, and yeah, have a good one.